Hi guys, right, welcome back to more Madden 26. We're going to talk about a few things today. First of all, as you can see, Madden Ultimate Team is currently down. So we've just had a title update. I think it was about 1.6 gigabytes. So I'm going to run through exactly what is in this update, but more importantly, just to let everybody know that this is the reason why Ultimate Team is currently locked and down, and nobody can play it. It's grayed out. So, yeah, I mean, we've got a new update that has just been announced, and so Madden NFL 26 title update, August the 28th, 2025. So I'm just going to read out from their website. It says, "Hey, Madden fans, welcome to the first title update. Gridiron notes for Madden NFL 26. We're excited to kick off the season by bringing you this year's title update information a day early, giving you an early look at the latest updates and improvements you can expect to be able to download from this update tomorrow or today, as I've just downloaded it, August the 28th, on your platform of choice." This initial update primarily focuses on stability updates with various zone coverage improvements. Don't worry though, there's plenty more updates coming down the pipeline. Of course, our teams are always listening to feedback, so keep that coming in. So let's dive in to what's new in this update. So gameplay wise, cover 2 tamper. The middle defender now gets deeper, maintaining better leverage position against deep threats, especially versus 3v1 formations. That's definitely something that's caught me off guard a few times, where unless you're controlling the middle guy, the middle safety, he just seems to stop running, leaving those deep routes open. It's got me a few times, so good to see them covering that. Another cover 2, hard flats, addressed an issue with hard flats where defenders were dropping too deep and too far inside before reacting to the flat routes. Defenders now drop more accurately with their zone responsibilities, improving coverage, consistency in the shallow flats. That's definitely something else that's driven me mad. It just feels like the players are just very slow to react to those flat routes in those cover 2 hard flats. So I do like to call that when I see it, right? If I know that some my opponent's abusing the flats, I'm going right to cover 2 hard flats, adjusting my the depth. Even didn't seem to fix this, so good to see that being covered. Cover 3 match. So we know that the match coverage is basically one of these coverages where players will react based on something that they see on the field, right? Whether it's reacting to the run or the pass or whatever. So a lot of the defensive assignments change based on what they see, hence the match being what the offense does in this case. So logic improvements, cover 3 match for defenders when reacting to a slot, wide receivers attempting to out-leverage defense on deep routes. This includes Buzz Mabel and Zone Blitz 3 play calls. Again, I think that is something that's hit me a few times. Next up, we've got cover 6 and cover 4 palms, fixed an issue where outside quarters cornerbacks in cover 6 and cover 4 palms were oftentimes losing the press, giving up easy touchdowns. They've adjusted cornerback alignment, so they will no longer attempt to press the wide receiver. I'm sure that's hit us a few times. It's not one that I'm really 100% aware of because I don't run a lot of cover 6 or a lot of cover 4 palms. Zone coverage, defenders now drop back quicker when shading coverage over top. I don't always play a lot of over top coverage, at least not this year, unless somebody starts trying to hit me with those deep seam routes and those deep post routes. I don't always play over the top. Mainly because I don't press. I'm not normally pressing, so I already feel like my corners are in a good position, and I'll only adjust to that if I'm being hit with it. Next up, fixed a post play animation defect where a defender would do read steps when standing in place after the whistle. Seems like a cosmetic thing. Addressed a visual issue around the previous play graphic, obscuring the offensive play core formation. They've also added a completely customized playbook in partnership with the one and only Kurt Benkert called Benkert's Dimes, so you can find it in play now when selecting your playbook. Stay tuned to EA Madden NFL on X to learn more on what we're doing with this playbook. So it looks like it's Benkert's official playbook, which I guess is nice. We'll have more of a tinker with that a bit later on, I guess. So, presentation-wise, I did 3 international stadiums to play now. The Olympia Stadion in Berlin, Germany, the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid, and the Dublin Stadium in Ireland. So, I don't know which one that is, whether that's the Aviva Stadium or whether it's whether it's Croke Park, so I'm not sure. What was that, mate? Sorry, I missed that comment. Let me just get the feed up on my phone. Because I'm on the PlayStation, I can't see all the comments. All right, mate. Hello. So let me just get my stream up so I can see what you guys are saying. Okay, yeah, I'm just going through the update. So it's down because of this patch. I don't know why specifically Ultimate Team is down, because I'm not seeing. I'm just going through the release notes right now, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're not banned, so don't worry. First of all, most people think when they can't get into it. Usually when it's down like this, we're probably looking either in the next 10 minutes, so when the normal daily reset happens, but sometimes it can be a bit longer. Like, it's not a season release or anything, and I'm not aware of any content drops. I know Campus Heroes is supposed to be coming soon, but and this update doesn't seem to be much in terms of Ultimate Team stuff, but I'm just running through it now. I'm just on franchise. So with franchise, they've addressed UI transactions surrounding the player card, reducing the transition time it takes to go into the player card. I mean, I have this problem anyway when I'm playing Ultimate Team, where there's something funky going on. Yeah, mate, but that's it. I mean, I did my dailies yesterday, so I thought I'm going to make sure I do them, because I'm pretty sure that I won't be able to do them today because it will be it'll be down. But yeah, oh no, it's Thursday, isn't it? So there will be a content drop. It's Campus Heroes, I think, that's going to be coming. But yeah, I made a real error yesterday. I'm a bit annoyed. I ended up buying a lot of the limiteds. Oh, for me here, it's 21 minutes past 3 in the Shires of Middle England, in my hobbit hole in Worcestershire. So yeah, 3:30 it normally resets here. So what's that? Is it 11:30 Eastern or 10:30 Eastern? I always get confused because of daylight saving, but. Yeah, I mean, I like the transition of the card. Some people do. I've never really got into golf. I mean, my business partner plays golf, and he's sort of the face of things and does the golf. I'm more of a fisherman than a golfer. Yeah, well, I was trying to get that pack, 80k, wasn't it, for I think it was the defensive tackle, and I did 2 of them, and I thought, man, I'm not going to do this. But I bought what I normally do. One of my tips in Madden, and the same with college, and they've stopped it this year, which is annoying. First one was build your team with platinums, right? But they've seen that people could build their teams with platinums and, you know, keep their coin total fairly much intact with rentals, but now they've limited it to long snappers, kickers, and the special teams guys, so you can't really do it. I mean, I've got Carl Juszczyk, who's sort of sat there as a as a 30k rental. But what I normally do is I buy the rental, I buy the limiteds that are close to rental as possible, because if you want an 86 cornerback like that Latimore card, and I bought him for 480 yesterday, I think, but he dropped because everybody's selling because Campus Heroes is coming out, right? So I thought, well, if I'm going to buy a cornerback that I know I can flip later for at least, well, not necessarily flip, but I'm gonna sell it for 350. That you're essentially getting a player for 130k, right? And he can stay on your roster for a while. So limiteds, positions of depth like receiver and cornerback. I'll buy those limiteds when they hit sort of mid 40s, mid 400s, because 100k you can do that event 2 or 3 times. The what do they call it? The college rules, house rules event. You can do that 2 or 3 times to get like 100 and something k. So getting a rental for 100k of an 86 that's going to stay on your team for a bit and help you do those CPU dailies, because some of them are really difficult. I did the all Madden advanced solo season last time. I couldn't finish it. I think I won two games out of 3. So you can do it by doing the old chew clock thing. But yeah, I made a bit of a mistake by buying the Puka Nakua for like 5.5. And then it really broke me when I saw it for like 440 or something. So wasted about 100k, but I wanted him for a while. I needed a receiver, so it is what it is. It's better doing that than buying like an 85 for 400k, right? And then all of a sudden they half in value. You know that your what do you call it, your limiteds and your platinums are gonna hold a decent amount. And I'm a big believer in we play these games for fun. If there's a player that I want, last year, I never really got over 5 million last year, but it ended. That's all I needed to work with for the entire year. But yeah, I never buy packs. Honestly, I mean, it suckered me in last night. But I will say I did get some good players, even though I didn't get the limited. I got an 84 Bosa, and I think it was another. So because I'm 49ers fan, so if I get like an 84 Bosa, when I do finally switch back to 49ers chemistries, I know that he's going to be on the team, even in a relief role, doing a job. So he's definitely going to be part of my other alternative 49ers team. So, but they make them bind, right? So it's annoying that they make them bind. So I don't know how it is this year, whether it's the same as college, that if you get a bind limited, how much do they sell for? Does anybody know? Because I'm assuming that it's going to be like the college game where the binds probably sell for about 100k, something like that. But it's crazy how much they put the pedal down. But yeah, I mean, I like the fact that limiteds are seem a bit easier to get. But okay, yeah, because I think it's 67, isn't it, in college, in the college game. But I mean, that's how they get you. It's like a lot of the packs, right? A lot of the cheap packs that you can get. Like the college game, you get some good pulls, but they're all binds. Like your only way to really do anything with them is sell them into training, and then go into the store and use the training. So I will say, I like what the college game does in terms of the store and how the training works, because you can convert that into pretty reasonable players that you can sell. They're not binds, but I mean, they've done some scummy things over the years, EA, don't get me wrong. It's like when I first started playing Ultimate Team, you had NAT cards, right? So you could still add them to sets. You just couldn't put them, you just couldn't auction them, right? And then NAT became bind, and You know, you do see nat cards occasionally in Madden, but it's a bit of a scummy thing to do. And in terms of the packs, like all of the packs that I've had from doing all of the solo battles and things, all of that stuff, I've not. I think the most I've had is like a 78 from them. Yeah, can't you do trades anymore then? It's like trades not a thing anymore. Oh, here we go. There are some Ultimate Team fixes. So player friend will now respect each individual user's passing settings. So that's like the different passing modes, I guess. And then remedied an issue where opening a fantasy pack after an head-to-head game caused visual artifacts during the pack open. Yeah, I've definitely seen that. Fixed an issue where reward images failed to appear on some screens. Fixed multiple occasions where players were navigated to the wrong menu. Yeah, I've had that a few times. Fixed a text issue where rank down appeared instead of rank up. I don't know whether other people have had this problem as well, but I actually didn't get like my level 18 rewards, so I missed out on some of the field pass stuff, which was annoying. Fixed multiple occasions of overlapping text. Fixed an occasional crash when returned to lobbies, and item displayed during presentation did not always match their actual rarity. So yeah, not really that much when it comes to fixes to Ultimate Team, but it did annoy me when I didn't get the rewards, especially because I paid for the field pass. It was like, oh, what am I doing here? So yeah, it was a bit annoying, to be honest, because I was just about to level up Jalen, and I just didn't have enough, and because they gate. This is another thing that I dislike, the fact that because I've got because I'm semi-retired now, I've got like plenty of time to invest into the game instead of spending money, right? But literally, I was playing for hours the other day, and I didn't really get anything from it other than nothing from the field pass. I mean, so I didn't really. Yeah, one thing you do have to do, mate, is restart. So if you're logged in still, obviously if I restart, it'll drop my feed. But you do have to restart the game for it to unlock. And it's a bit weird. It's not a lock either. It's like last year it was a lock, and I always knew something was up because I've got like a lot of old videos that start to get. My phone starts pinging because loads of people start watching the videos I had from last year, like when it came down. But usually it was on a Wednesday, so it's kind of caught me off guard a little bit today. So I don't know whether they've sort of changed their release schedule, but I might actually have a look just to see what players we've got coming up today. Let's have a look on MUT GG. So yeah, so we've got a Reggie Bush, a Jadavian Clowney. Oh, that's it. So an 87 Jadavian Bush and an 87 Reggie Bush and an 87 Jadavian Clowney. So yeah, not that many. I thought there'd have been way more than that. It's like seems a bit lazy. This is why, as well, that I think that people are selling the limiteds, because obviously there's going to be standard 86s that are going to come out, right? But if you've got a position of depth like cornerback or wide receiver, I mean, I've got the Madden what were they? The rookie premiers. So I've got the Igbuka rookie premier wide receiver. I've got the Puka Nakua, and I've got the T Higgins. So receiver wise, I'm not doing too bad, but I kind of feel like I need. I still need to have the what's his name? The Chiefs player that you complete in that set. Man, my brain's terrible. Xavier Worthy. Because he's like 87 speed, so he definitely stretches the field. But yeah, I wanted to come on today and do some Ultimate Team. So I don't know how long it's been down for, but I know they choose the. It's a bit crap if you're in the UK and you want to play it in the day like me, that you end up missing a lot of the day because it's down, and like a lot of the players that come on in America are like late on, so I'm usually sort of getting my beauty sleep, like being 6 hours behind, so I might have to sort of stay up one night and sort of play it a little bit later. I mean, when I'm doing the slider tests, I think that's why I get a lot of people coming in watching the simulations late on, like the late games, because there are just more people that probably do what I do, that you're playing Madden while you're watching Red Zone or your team when they play on Sunday. But I can't believe how fast this year's gone, to be honest. Like, it's so crazy that it doesn't feel 5 minutes ago since the Eagles and Chiefs were in the Super Bowl. It's just crazy how quick it's gone this year, and we're a week away from the first games. The first game, the Thursday. I think there's two, isn't there, on kickoff, which is next week. So yeah, I mean, we're back. NFL is back. Crazy, so quick. Like, I'm usually keeping entertained with the Six Nations. Like, I always get in a bit of a funk after Christmas. Like, when you've had summer, like we've had a really hot summer this year, I'm kind of glad. I'll be glad when we get autumn here, because it's been so hot, and we've had a bit of rain today. But as the weather changes and football season starts, I kind of feel happy again. The mental. Oh my days! Oh, we have got a player there. Like, I've talked about my mental health a lot before, about the eating disorder and things. But it always used to get worse, like sort of after Christmas. Like, as soon as you get into autumn, and we're going to get our first one here. You get into autumn, and then you've got Halloween and Thanksgiving. Like, even though I'm in England, I still sort of celebrate it. Because Thanksgiving Day and watching the 3 games on TV has always been, something that I've always looked forward to, and it's sort of that, it arcs in that beginning of the festive period. And then obviously in recent times we've got Black Friday, which is just a marketing scam really, pretty much now, let's face it. And then you'd have Christmas, like watching games on. I love it when NFL Sunday is like on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, and watching sort of Christmas over the holidays. And it was always, I mean, when this Madden released, and I did my video review of Madden 26 and talked about Madden, what I call Madden Eve, and my 27th Madden, I guess. this is 27 or 28. And bought it every single year. And I'd always sort of fire, even if I wasn't playing Madden, I'd always fire it up on Christmas Day, just to get the happy holiday message, because it was a massive part of my Christmas growing up when I was a kid, because I couldn't afford the game, and it was still, it wasn't that popular still in the UK then. Like, it was popular in the 80s, but then it sort of fell off in the 90s. And a lot of my mates that got me into watching American football back then they just stopped it. They just didn't. They just stopped watching it and just fell out of love with the game, I guess. And a lot of people in the UK did. But yeah, I'd always feel that Madden was a big part of my Christmas, and I'd always start it up on the holidays just to see the happy holidays presentation that you would get. And then, but yeah, I'd always feel really, really sad and down as soon as Christmas finished, because I'm like, there's not a lot to look forward to. January is a really depressing and grey, and you know that the regular season is almost finished. You've got one more week of the regular season. Add into it if your team didn't make it. All those years where the 49ers were terrible, like in the noughties, and it was sort of like, that the season's nearly finished. And in more recent times I've got into rugby more and watching the Six Nations, as I've said, but it takes a long time. Like, it feels like it drags, but because they've extended the season now, and you're playing the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's basketball, isn't it? March Madness. So I don't. The only other sport that I really follow is the NHL, but I haven't really followed it that much, just because I haven't played the games, because they just haven't been as good as they were in the Mega Drive days. I've tried to get into it. I got NHL 25 recently, but I mean, I did get into basketball in '96 when Total NBA came out. Like, I'm talking is it Mark Malone, the mailman, and Scottie Pippen, and all of those guys, like the mid-noughties. And I kind of supported the Houston team for a bit, but I never really got into basketball. I kind of felt that with it being so high scoring, it never really... I always felt like it was just boring, that there was no real action until sort of the end of the game, that teams kind of just kept pace with each other. And, scores didn't really mean much. Like, it's not like the NFL where somebody will score a touchdown and you can sort of feel the momentum shifts in American football are so real. You feel them. You can sort of tell that something's going to happen. Much like Madden with its comeback logic, right? That a lot of the games I've played, I always sort of go, here we go. I can see it. I can smell it. I know the comeback logic is going to come and get me. But yeah, it's gone so quick, and it's nearly here. We've got like a week, and then we're going to get back to NFL, and hopefully my 49ers will stay healthier this year. It's been one of the big problems. Like, we've had a lot of bad injuries recently, like for key players, and the Madden curse is real. Like, I'm by no means an Eagles fan, but I think it comes more because I just do not like the dark uniform. I much prefer the old Randall Cunningham days for the Eagles. I just don't like I hated it when the NFL sort of switched to these more darker uniforms in the noughties, and even the 49ers uniform that we had, where we went with like a darker red and the red face guard. I really didn't like it. I didn't like that uniform at all. You know, I like the anniversary uniform, the one we won what was it, Super Bowl? Crikey, I can't even remember now. What would it have been? 23, 24, 25, 29. When we won Super Bowl 29, that uniform, I don't mind. I've got like a Rice jersey from back then that I still wear, actually. It's like 30 years old, my Jerry Rice jersey. And of course, we've got the UFL. Is it the UFL now? The mix of the USFL and the XFL that seems to be getting a bit of traction, and it's crazy just how many crowds the St. Louis team gets. It's like this is like the biggest problem with it, really. But I kind of like what they've done this time, in terms of, you know, not tried to grow too big too quick. Merging, I think, was the right thing to do, because both, you know, it just made no sense having two spring leagues, really. But I'd like to see it become more of a feeder league for the NFL, and especially for giving guys another shot, because I'm sure that there's a few times where a guy just hasn't succeeded just because there are just other players that take the limelight away. I like to think like what happened with Brady is like that. That, you know, you had Drew Bledsoe at the helm for the Patriots, their like veteran quarterback that had been there for like eight years or whatever, and unless he gets injured, you know, we don't see Brady. Brady just doesn't happen. If Bledsoe doesn't get injured, we don't get to enjoy what we saw with Brady. Because although it annoyed me at the time, like I can look back on it now and admire. As much as it hurts me as a 49er to say that Montana was no longer the all-time GOAT, that, you know, there's no argument that it's Brady. Yes, I know that they're different eras, and, you know, the way defense was played back then is different to what they're allowed to do now. But yeah, we would never get to see that. It's like I look at Warner in the same way, right? That they had crikey, what was his name? I'll have to look it up now. Man, my brain is so bad. Oh, my days. Why can't I remember what his name is? Because he got injured in pre-season, didn't he? And it was like all doom and gloom. Trent Green. So, you know, if Trent Green doesn't get injured in the pre-season, you know, we don't get the greatest show on turf. You know, because Trent Green isn't going to give us the greatest show on turf, honestly. But then again, he was glass, right? He was always going to get injured. Trent, that's one of the problems. But this, again, it makes me wonder when you've got some quarterbacks that just don't get the chance. Like, I watch a lot of Kurt Benkert's videos and analysis, and I know a lot of people give him a bad time, and, you know, take the mickey out of him a lot. But, and, you know, he played in a couple of games, but literally his only NFL snaps were running the clock down for the Packers. But I think he played for the Falcons, the 49ers, and the Packers. But, you know, he never really got a shot, and you never know if you've got like a diamond in the rough. And it's a similar thing with what we're seeing with Purdy and Mr. Irrelevant, that, you know, you kind of feel that you kind of felt something good was going to happen. And, you know, you ask a lot of the a lot of the people that watch Purdy at Iowa State told you that he's a winning guy. He's got the smarts to be able to do it. And I had a feeling that Purdy. Now I'm not going to say that he's 100% the guy. I feel that he's still too small. I don't feel he's got the height. It always worried me about being able to get the ball over the line, over a big line and visibility. It always worries me with small quarterbacks. But I've got no doubt that he's got the like the expression we say in the UK is he's got the minerals. He's got the balls to be able to do it, even though he's not the tallest of guys. It's always made me. I always felt that he had the stuff. He had the ability to do something, and that Mr. Irrelevant tagline is going to give you a chip on your shoulder. Right, is there anything going on with Madden? Because I need to get in. I've got about 1.5 million to spend, and we've got 4 limited. So if we sold everybody that we've got, we're well over 3 million in value at the moment. So just wondering, maybe I should start something else. Right, let's have a look at the Creation Centre. I always like having a look at what teams people have done. Woodland Knights, that's interesting. Let's have a look at these guys. Okay, oh, that's nice. I've always fancied having a 49ers all gold kit. I don't know why they've never done it. I reckon it'd look pretty nice. Like the black kit. So the black kit we've got, I always felt that it just looked a bit weird. Like it just didn't go with the helmet. But if you had a full gold kit like this, with a black, I don't know. Maybe it's not that far off. I think it's just because the red doesn't work. Like the black and red, I don't know. It's never really. I've never really felt that it went. Right, Sharks. Let's have a look. I wish you could download some of these and use these in Ultimate Team. That'd freshen it up. That's quite nice. Hounds. Do like that. Looks nice. Nice and clean. Turtles. There we go. Ooh. That one's nice. I like that one. It reminds me of the one of the teams in the original the recent XFL. Was it like the Tampa? Was it the Tampa team? Ooh, it's nice. Bit bright though. This gives me flashbacks to my franchise in Madden 24, where I was the London Black Knights, and we played a team that had this logo a few times in the Super Bowl. It's quite nice. But yeah, it's a shame that you don't get to sort of use these teams outside a franchise. So I do like the fact that you can create I do like that. I might have to download these. Where would they be from the beats? I was trying to think about like English. The Mersey beats. Why is that ringing a bell? That would work, right? The Mersey beats. That's a thing, right? Isn't it? Does that look a band? It's the music scene. Yeah, the Mersey beats. I think we've got one of our teams. I'll have to download that guy. Download that. Let's have a look. We've got a Redskins there. Didn't want to download the preview. Is that because of... Yeah, that must have been banned. It's got another Sharks, Warbirds, Bruisers. It's an interesting logo. Ooh, don't like that. Yeah, not a fan of that. St. Francis Academy. Bet that'd be good. I don't know. Oh, they've got they've got the 49ers helmet. Do you know what? This is what I'm saying, guys. Right. If the 49ers had this, right, I think that works. I think that works. Right, what else have we got? Oh, we've got Batman team, so look at that. That's going to be... That's interesting, isn't it? It's like the old style Batman. The Birmingham Batman. Let's have a look what else we've got. Ooh, here's our Australian team. It's all right. Ruse. Yeah, I quite like that. Where have they gone? Tampa Bay. Why have we got like real ones? Maybe they're just recreating like the kits then. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. There's the ruse. We're going to download these, I think. I do like that. The Bandidos. Let's have a look. What else we got? The Hogs. Egyptians. Oh, Dr. Pepper. That's interesting. Not sure about the logo placement. Right, one more, and then I reckon we're going to be almost time to. Oh, I like these ones, like the insect ones. It's nice. Right. I wonder if it's back up yet. We'll have a look and see. I might need to reboot though, so. The fact nobody's watching my stream anymore makes me think that maybe I need to reboot. So, yeah, I'm going to reboot and I'll probably lose the feed here, but I think it's the only way to tell if it's back or not. And because nobody's now watching me, I'll end this feed here and come back in and see, see if it's